Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today I'm going to present about introduction of my report as manufacturing system of Sugu Tinggi. Before I'm going to explain my part, I want to introduce my group member. We have 4 members from third year student of electrical and manufacturing engineer. We have 4 members, which is Afiezul is me, Maliki, Ashley and Galang. As the top management of the company faces tough challenges in the industry, we have decided to improve our production of existing product in Sarawak, which is Sugu Tinggi, also known as feathers born by human from Iban. Before that, I want to explain what is Sugu Tinggi. Sugu Tinggi is located Headcom is a head of the month traditionally worn by women from the Iban ethnic group in Sarawak. Originally made from silver, the modern day Sugu Tinggi is now mainly aluminium, which is more malleable. According to traditional, this decorative headdress is used to define the social status of the wearer. It is suitable for festival, cultural display, formal dinner occasion. Additionally, it is also community or used today for photography season, beautiful pageant and wedding ceremonies. As the company faces tough challenges in industry and the company has decided to improve the production of Sugu Tinggi, the main objective of this report is connected with the study of designing, plan layout, and process will be presented to the board of directors, as well as to improve the production of Sugu Tinggi in order to manufacture in 2022. This report presents a design of Sugu Tinggi based on the categories, which is metallic and non-metallic degrees in Sarawak. The main body of this report details the Sugu's manufacturing system of Sugu Tinggi, that includes the flowing section, manufacturing process and assembly, production of machine, computer of control, human resources, material transport, storage and identification system. The conclusion section of this report summarizes how all company design objective and requirement were met.
Ngepan Iban, which is also known as the scene, is an Iban's women traditional clothing. The name of Ngepan Iban is believed came from a girl named Kumang in ancient time. She was dedicated with skills at doing women's clothes and accessories, which Sugu Tinggi as one of its own. The height of Sugu Tinggi has its own meaning. For instance, the shorter Sugu Tinggi symbolizes the person who wears it is either a person wife or a widow. This Ngepan Iban is usually used during Hari Gawai as their traditional cloth. Previously, Sugu Tinggi is made up from silver. Due to high price of silver, it is now made from aluminium coated with silver. Besides, aluminium plate also is preferred as it is cheaper and also can be easily formed. Each Sugu Tinggi takes more than an hour to produce, depending on the types of the Sugu Tinggi itself, since it is currently produced by manual operation. The manual processes involve tracing, trimming, piercing and flower shaping process and bonding, which usually performed by a person. Sometimes coloring is involved as an addition of value adding process. In terms of market, the price of Sugu Tinggi is quite expensive due to the manual operation and the complexity in the making it. Sugu Tinggi is usually can be found in Sarawak souvenir store and e-commerce websites such as Shopee and Facebook Marketplace. However, the quantity of the Sugu Tinggi in the market now is still limited. Hence, This project will improve the production of this jewelry by applying the manufacturing system.
Manufacturing system is divided into 6 important parts. The first part is process and assembly. The manufacturing process is divided into 2 process operation, which is process operation and assembly operation. For process operation, there are 3 parts, which are stamping, drilling and wire drawing process. For stamping process is for making the crown shape and also for the floral shapes. The crown shape will undergo drilling process to drill the hole at the edges of the crown. For making the rod above the crown, raw material will take place at wire drawing process. Next, assembly operation will be done by using mechanical fastening such as rivets and metal stamping. As you can see in the video, this stamping machine inspired us in making Sugu Tinggi because it is very suitable on making the shape of the Sugu Tinggi of various types that we want. Instead of using the automated robot hand, we are only using the conveyor to move the crown shape from one place to another station. For the second part is production machine. In virtually all modern manufacturing systems, the actual processing or assembly work is accomplished by machines or with the aid of tools. There are 3 classifications of product machines, which are manually operated machines, semi-automated machines, and fully automated machines. The production machine of making Sugu Tinggi that we propose are manually and semi-automated machines. Why we choose semi-automated? The reason are to able to maintain operator to control for some part of the process, such as loading the raw material, and also the process is quicker than manual operations. For semi-automated, stamping is semi-automated with during stamping, the aluminum sheet is placed manually at the conveyor and is started to move from one station to another for shaping, cutting process to take place. For this process, a few designs can be produced by controlling the shape of the stamp with computer control. Whereas for the drilling process, the stamp sheet will move to drilling station to drill the edges of the crown shape, where the rod will be making at the wire drawing machine, and after that, all the components will move to the assembly line. These are the examples of the stamping of the floral, where the punch will punch the sheet metal to make a desirable shape that you want. For manual operated, assembly process will be done manually by using the mechanical fastening with which include the crown shape, florals, earring, and the comb. For floral drilling, it will be done manually because to avoid wrong drilling because of the small shape of the floral. Next is computer control system. Interface with workstation and material handling system in order to make the system work accordingly from the beginning to the finishing line. This system is very important to make the process run smoothly because it distributes of control instruction to workstations. Besides, it is able to control each of the workstation when manufacture Sugu Tinggi. Moreover, the production and the traffic are able to be controlled, and it will be able to prevent incident during the process of the manufacturing. Safety monitoring will be able to control to make sure the operator aware of the machine condition before using it or running it. Lastly, quality of the Sugu Tinggi can be controlled using the system and make life more easy and able to produce high quality product with variety of patterns. Based on the video, these are the some part of stamping machine that can be controlled by using computer control. Since the product of the Sugu Tinggi is done manually these days, we can show the actual process, but only inspiring video that help in visualize the process in making the crown shape and other parts of the Sugu Tinggi. Human resources is one of the important parts of manufacturing system. For manufacturing Sugu Tinggi, workers need to be hired in order to make the operation successfully. There are two parts of operators which are in manual and automatic operations. Human perform some of the value-added work needed to produce the final product or assembly system. The person must be familiar with it so that well perform and high quality of the product can be maintained. For example, if the person is already know the process of making the Sugu Tinggi, it is be easier for us to make the assembly process will make in high quality and successfully, so that because they already know of the process. Moreover, the human that able to manage or support the system as computer programmer or computer operators to make sure the machine runs smoothly as planned. Technician can also be hired to make sure the machine is well maintained to get high quality product and high physical efficiency.
Material transport is a very important process in any manufacturing process. For this, our group chose the fixed routing method. In fixed routing, usually all the work units always flow through the same sequence of workstations. And for this, we chose the conveyor system. After the materials are being loaded and unloaded, it will be brought to the stamping process by the conveyor system, where all the aluminum sheets will be stamped by the stamping process, and which will later brought by the conveyor system into the assembly line. The assembly line is divided into three parts to produce three different types of pattern shapes, which will later combined by mechanical fastening. However, in any process, it is always important to maintain the safety. Safety is a must to prevent any injury or loss of life, and especially we do not want any goods to be damaged, and this also helps to maintain the efficiency of any process. So, why did we choose the conveyor system? Well, conveyor system has some advantages where they are very convenient and also safe, especially for the workers, where this is because all the systems is automated and being controlled by a computer. Besides, it is very user-friendly, especially for the one that we chose, which is fixed routing. A fixed routing process is not complicated, and this also helps any inexperienced workers to learn these steps step by step very easily. In any manufacturing factory, the storage and identification system is very important to maintain its productivity. In all areas of operations, a better streamlined process is strived with higher throughput and less redundancy. The same principles are also applied in storage systems. Storage systems functions as a place to store materials as in raw materials, work in process materials, and also the finished goods. In the manufacturing of Sugu Tinggi, there are three main storage types that are used to store the materials with various types of system. Firstly would be for the raw materials. Since there is only one main raw material in the production of Sugu Tinggi, our company proposed the storage method would be the randomized wheel bulk storage method for the aluminum sheet. This storage location strategy is to minimize the total space required, as the incoming raw materials can be stored in any available location, since there is only one raw material that is used for Sugu Tinggi packing. Bulk storage are storage where lots are formed in blocks in an open area to achieve a better balance between the storage density and accessibility to retrieve the item. As for the work in process, our group will propose the horizontal carousel. There are three main work in process, also known as WIP, in Sugu Tinggi manufacturing. The first WIP storage is to store the crown after the cutting and stamping process had been done. Second would be the storage of the floral patterns, which includes the earrings and the combs that had been shaped. The third would be the storage to store the rolled rods, which are used to combine the floral patterns to the crown. And in order to overcome these difficulties and the problems, we propose a dedicated storage with horizontal carousel for the storage system. This storage category allows the movement of materials to be assigned to various specific locations in the storage facility to store the storage based on the item number sequence, and this also allows assigning the items according to its activity level. The storage system operates through an overhead conveyor loop, which subsequently helps in reducing the required floor space. As for the end product, the storage would be a dedicated storage with pallet rack system. A pallet rack system stores products on a multi-rack structured rack to reduce the storage space and to maintain the product quality before going into the market. All the end products would have to go through a profile and design check. As for the identification system, we propose an ID barcode scanning system. To allow easy identification and product traceability for the storage, all storage would have their own significant product identification. Product traceability offers a capability to track and identify products from raw goods to the user. ID barcode method is used to track the quality control and track the source of problems. With the use of barcode reading on the materials in the WIP storage, the related system would be able to track on what type of the materials would be, as in whether it is a crown or the floral patterns that are in the storage before continuing to its remaining processes. To conclude, the success of modern manufacturing facilities is tied on the capacity to efficiently design, run, and maintain plant layouts that can easily adapt to the numerous technological changes, as well as all the customer demands. Due to ever-changing market requirements, stiff competition, variety of products, reduced life cycle of products, and also the high cost of manufacturing, companies that have just one product may find it difficult to break even in the market. So, in the case of Sugu Tinggi making, traditionally it was handcrafted by a human worker in the Iban community. So, in order to improve the production of Sugu Tinggi, the company conducted a research on designing plant layouts to allow automation in the producing of the product. The completed set of design layout was proposed for the production. This explains the need to have a good balanced functional plan layout that will be able to switch from one line of product to another without major alterations. It will also achieve fast flow of raw materials and work in progress at the lowest cost and with the lowest amount of handling as values are being added to the product from the receipt of raw materials to the shipment of the throughput. The main focus of the layout would be the work in progress or WIP storage, where the horizontal carousels are used to store the products. The storage type is economical and helps organize items better to reduce time in searching for the related materials and products in the storage facility. Less human movement is required to locate and retrieve the product since all the processes are automated with the help of a simple click from a button since the ID serial barcode system is used. Besides, quality control of the products can also be maintained. In the near future, however, modernization of technologies will take place and the manufacturing of Sugu Tinggi would be fully automated, where all processes would be fully done by machines and workers are only present for supervision work. However, we must bear in mind that since this is a traditional cultural element for the Iban community, younger generations would someday discard their origins and this would affect the production of the Sugu Tinggi making, causing it to be overshadowed and lost. To preserve this tradition, it is important to create awareness among the younger generations on the importance of preserving their cultural tradition.